Just 8 weeks after the release of the Supra, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Apparently, if you listen to the people in late 2018, it's a huge fail, but hey, we've got about 10 channels that have Supras right now. We've got all kinds of builds going on. The aftermarket is super, super strong for the Supra. So we're gonna look at some of the builds. We're gonna see what's happening, what the current state of the Supra is, and we're gonna talk about this yellow one over here. I've got a big announcement. Videos like this are made possible by sponsors, and the sponsor for this video is Garage Pro. It's my go-to tool if you want to scan your car. All you need is an ODB2 port and a car that is post 1996. Every single one of those cars has it. And what's really cool is they have email support. So if you need trouble pulling up the information behind a code, lifetime email. They're going to have phone support coming soon too. And I've got a $10 discount available for you at the link below. It's $10 off until the end of the month. Definitely my go-to tool. Go check them out. Announcement number 2. This is my 200th video. I was hoping to make it the Supra delivery video. I think that's going to be the next one. It's coming very, very soon, in the next couple days. Probably by the time that the next video is up, I'm going to have the Supra. And that's going to be the delivery video. I'm super excited. It is going to be in yellow, of course. That is, hey, it's my brand colors. And we're almost at 50K, 49 and a little bit right now. If you haven't subscribed already, that would be super awesome for the support. And at 50K, I'm going to be opening a merchandise store. So there's a couple things we're going to talk about from the tuner aftermarket perspective, which is already super strong in this car. Remember, Toyota has done a lot of design and development to make this car pretty easy to tune. There's all kinds of places to hook up coolers on the car. Yes, it does have some fake vents, but Toyota has spent a lot of time making this car ready for the aftermarket, and the aftermarket has jumped in full force. So number 1, Titan Motorsports. They have got probably the quickest quarter mile car right now. They just ran a 10.62 at 129 miles an hour. I don't know exactly what mods they have in the car. They haven't really announced all the specific details, but to run that kind of speed at a quarter mile, I think they're probably pushing about 550 wheel, something like that, in that range. It's pretty good. Now, obviously, they got drag radios on there, and if you look at the video, the car launches pretty hard. Those are pretty quick times. Remember, we are just 8 weeks away from the launch, or rather, post 8 weeks from the launch. Things are looking pretty good. I don't know how long it took to get the Mark IV Supra into the 10-second range. Clearly the 9s are coming up in this car. I'm pretty sure it took a couple of years to get the Mark IV Supra into the 10s. Now on the power side, we've got Adam LZ.
670 wheel. I'm 99% sure that's a record, dude.
According to everything I can find, that's the highest horsepower A90 Supra in the world right now.
Who is making 672 horsepower, something like that, with just 3 mods. He's got a big turbo on there. He's got a meth kit and a downpipe. And they've been doing a lot of work in the tune, but that is some pretty serious horsepower. Now that is on race gas. You figure if they're just gonna go down to pump gas, maybe 93 or 91, I'm figuring 91, what we have here in California, might be making maybe 600, 610, maybe a 93 you might be making, 620, something like that. Not exactly sure those numbers, so, on pump gas a little bit less, but 600 plus wheel horsepower, that's pretty serious so far. So here is the big announcement. I am doing a build, and yes, I don't have my Supra in my hands just yet, but I am getting it at MSRP, and I was willing to wait a little bit longer to get it at MSRP. I'm not willing to pay all these ridiculous markups. Somebody offered me a Supra at $15,000 over just a couple days ago. It's got to be yellow for me. I think I'm gonna have the first yellow YouTube Supra. I don't know, but it's definitely something I'm really looking forward to. So we're doing a build. This car is going to be at SEMA. If you are going to be at SEMA, definitely come by. Who we're working with so far is KONIG Wheels, who will be releasing a special wheel, I think, for this car. I can't really tell you much about it yet, but stay tuned for that. Eibach springs. We're going to be working with Eibach, almost certainly, to get the car a little bit lower, get a little bit of some height reduction going there, make the thing look pretty good. Motorsport hardware. In fact, Motorsport hardware, I got a box of some really cool stuff over here too. We got some studs from them because I'm a stud, and that's a terrible joke. Car's more studly than me. Odyssey Battery, we're going to be probably working with them. We're talking with Whiteline sway bars. MagnaFlow, arc exhaust. We're talking with a few different manufacturers to figure out, you know, what's going to go in the car. So let me know in the comments down below what kind of mods you'd like to see and who you'd like to see the mods from. Also hit me up on Instagram. That's a great place to message me if you got questions. You want to hit me up. Instagram, it's right over here. Now for the big power number, as you know, the magical number for the 2JZ is 1,000 horsepower, of course. So Stephen Papadakis of Papadakis Racing is working on what is hopefully going to be the first 1,000 horsepower reliable B58 build. He has been pulling the engine apart. His videos are amazingly good. He goes into all the details. In fact, he sawed one apart, and he's going for 1,000 horsepower. Not exactly with the stock bottom end, I think with the stock crank, but probably going to make some. He's got some connecting rods. He's getting a lot of custom parts built. And of course, this is Papadakis Racing, famous. Frederick Osbo is the driver for this team. If you don't know who they are, go check them out. This guy is a legendary builder. I'm sure they're going to get to 1,000 horsepower pretty soon. Now, a comparison that I've been looking forward to for quite a while, of course, is the Mustang GT versus the Supra. There was a lot of comments in my earlier videos when I was actually comparing them on a price, power, performance basis, all that kind of stuff. So Throttle House, some super awesome guys that I met at Laguna Seca a couple weeks ago. Hello guys. They just put together a track video comparing the Mustang GT versus the Supra. I'm not going to give away too much. I will let you know that on a price basis, the Supra is more important. The cars are a bit of a price difference going on there. From a performance perspective, cars are pretty close, so the link is down below. One of them won in the quarter mile and one of them won on the track. I'll let you guess which. You probably can. Go check them out. Now, farther down in the aftermarket, this is the one thing that so many people have been asking for that I have too, which of course is a manual transmission. So, European Auto Group, based in Texas, are probably going to have the world's first manual swapped A90 Supra. That's pretty cool. They just had a post yesterday. They're doing a custom console to relocate the buttons and so forth, because if you got a manual shifter, you need a little bit more space for the for the shifter itself. So they got to relocate some buttons. They're going to push the HVAC, the control system, back a little bit too. That's pretty exciting.
6-speed manual update. Sam from Hydrotest, gophertrans.com. We have transmissions coming. Thank you to you guys. Hopefully in about a week, we'll finally have it here. We can start stripping this car down. I went through the car, noticed a couple different things, and this car is ready for a manual transmission, believe it or not.
They're going to be at SEMA as well, and they will build you a Supra with a manual for I think about $12,000, something along those lines, and they're going to need the car for a few weeks. And they are claiming you're going to get a warranty with the car as well. Maybe you haven't seen Jackie Ding yet. He's doing Time Attack. He's basically going out with almost a completely stock Supra. He's got brake pads from Counterspace Garage. He really likes those. Those are going to be some awesome pads. I'm going to be testing those in my car at some point as well too. And he's just been out there on the track with a pretty stock Supra, really just putting down some great numbers on the car. So right out of the box, you know this is a good performing car. They're not having any heat issues, anything like that so far. Bros for Speed just picked up their Supra. Congrats guys. I'm not quite sure where you are, but I know you're down in, you got the car down in Florida, so congrats on your Supra. Looking forward to your build too. There's a number of different channels that of course have the Supra right now, including TJ Hunt, the Stradman, who's also going to be at SEMA with a wide body. I think TJ Hunt is doing bags on his car. I think his car is going to be at SEMA too. Not quite sure, but looking forward to seeing all these other cars there. And here's sort of like I think the sour note on YouTube in terms of the Supra. It's Rob Ferretti. I actually love Rob Ferretti. I think his channel's awesome. So he had a Supra in his rental fleet, which he got rid of immediately because nobody was renting it. And that makes sense. When you have something that's sitting and taking up space and isn't generating revenue, you need to move on from that. So he got rid of it. And I'm not sure it was this car specifically, but there was another car that he mentioned that was on Bring a Trailer, a Supra, a launch edition that didn't even fetch MSRP. So, you know, he went on to say the car didn't sell for MSRP, people aren't buying it at MSRP, the car is kind of a fail, was kind of the tone of his video. I completely disagree with that, obviously. Look at all these channels that have the Supra, but aside from that, there really is a big aftermarket that is already in place for this car. There's been so much anticipation for the car sort of building up over the last 17 years, I guess. But, you know, more recently, there's a big aftermarket. I think there's going to be, at least, you know, out of the gate, there's more aftermarket for the Supra than there is for the C8 Corvette. And hey, I'm getting the Supra right now. There's a bunch of Supras available right now. For everybody that said go ahead and get the C8, I'd still be waiting on the C8. It's going to be about 6 months. I love the C8 Corvette. It's something I definitely do want to get, but right now I'm focusing on the Supra. Maybe a C8 will come to my channel in the future. Space is a little bit of an issue, and also having, like, you know, 2 cars as well, because hey, I need to pay for all these things right now. I'm not the richest dude in the world. So if you do want to help the channel a little bit, I've got a Patreon. It's down below. You're going to get early access to videos, private chat, stuff like that. And also, if you just want to come and hang out for free with a bunch of other car enthusiasts, they've got a Discord chat. It's right down here below too. Come hang out with us, come chat. My name is Eric. There's a couple of videos up on screen, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully taking delivery